I gave up everything for this. I mean, my wife is struggling. I'm not a victim. I'm not Jim Comey. It's fine. I did this and I'm proud I did it. But if you think we're there for tea and crumpets, well, I mean, Cash is there all day. I stare at these four walls all day in DC, by myself, divorced from my wife, not divorced, but I mean, separated, divorced. And it's hard. I mean, we love each other and it's hard to be apart.
Well, in less than a year, Dan Bongino, the former now deputy director of the FBI, has called it quits. And now he is making all sorts of threats about going after black pillars who are trying to hijack MAGA and the MAGA movement. But aren't you part of the reason why people are black-pilled now? Because you were part of the Epstein files cover-up? Anyway, Cenk, your 2 cents?
Yeah, he's now going to try to convince us that Matt Gaetz is a secret left-winger.
Right, yes.
Okay, sure, yes. Yeah. All right, so but I guess you don't have any choices left once you become a bitch. So let's talk about it.
So he announced in mid-December that he'd be stepping down from his role as deputy FBI director, but his official departure came the same day as Nicolas Maduro's kidnapping and capture. So he wrote on X that it was a busy last day on the job. This will be my last post on this account. Tomorrow I return to civilian life. It's been an incredible year thanks to the leadership and decisiveness of President Trump. It was the honor of a lifetime to work with Director Patel and serve you, the American people. See you on the other side. But Bongino's civilian life doesn't mean peace and quiet. It means that he's threatening your political enemies, or he's threatening his political enemies and declaring war on people who he claims are trying to hijack MAGA. So he says, good to see you all, I missed you, thanks for everything, blah, 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 blah. A couple of things, thank you for your interest in the show. He really wants to get back to doing his show and its return date. We will have something for you soon. The Trump team is not kidding around. It's an otherworldly experience from the other side. He's determined and focused, and having been around quite a few presidents, this one broke the mold. If we blocked you, it's because we care so little about your BS that we deem it not worthy of even seeing. If you're bitching and whining about it, it means you can't exist without seeing and commenting on ours. You'll need to get over that. We do it because there's nothing black pillars and anti-Trumpers want more than to create division and drama. We're about results, except for the release of the Epstein files, of course. And we'll talk about some of it soon. And later he clarified his post, basically adding that, from the jump, let me add this from the jump so there's no confusion. I stated in this movement that as a candidate during the Tea Party movement, and I began my political commentary career shortly thereafter. I helped build this movement, and I sure as hell am not going to let it get hijacked by a group of black pillars, life losers, grifters and bums. And then he did go after Matt Gaetz. I don't have elements for that, but do you want to jump in?
Yeah, so he called Matt Gaetz a grifter and implied that he was one of these life losers, etc. So he's a grifter and he's not really on our side, he says. So is Matt Gaetz a secret liberal? Is that the contention? So the Trump team, when they say Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tom Massey and Matt Gaetz and Tucker Carlson or whoever else they say is not really on the right, that's just saying we're lying, right? So we're obviously lying. So this is a helpful hint to you as to who's actually on the right and who isn't, who's an establishment bitch and an uniparty clown, and who's actually MAGA and America first. So no, there's no one on planet Earth that thinks Matt Gaetz is some sort of secret liberal, right? So you're obviously lying to us, and then it makes me wonder why. So, and then you say you delivered. What did you deliver? You didn't deliver, you delivered a giant tax cut for the rich, right? You delivered more wars. Where's the anti-war part? Where's the Epstein files? Where is something for the American people? Where have you gotten prices under control? You did nothing, you did nothing. And at the FBI, your job was to cover up for the establishment and the elites and Jeffrey Epstein, and that's what you did. So you're gonna own it the rest of your life, Dan. There's nothing you could do that's gonna take that stain off of you. And you could tell you, oh, I got my show back. And my new show is The Establishment is Awesome. And you guys shouldn't find out who raped those girls. And you should shut up about it, because you know what, there wasn't anyone. someone. It was a hoax. Yeah. Why don't you just call yourself the deep state with Dan Bongino?
That's exactly right. I mean, he built a name for himself by focusing on the Epstein files, focusing on the blackmail operation. And then here's the thing, and it's actually very blackpilling. When these outsiders find themselves in a position of power, they find themselves on the inside, it's real difficult to change the system from the inside, I feel like.
Yeah, well, look, what it would require is courage.
Courage, exactly.
But it looks like some people are running very short on that supply. So, brother, when you get in there, did you think it was gonna be a cakewalk? Did you think they were gonna be like, oh, here's Dan Bongino. He's been complaining about the Epstein files for about a decade. Here's the files, Dan, and go ahead and publish them. No, they pull you aside and they go, now listen, Danny boy, you're gonna shut up, okay? Is it the intelligence agencies? Of course it is, you schmuck. And what are the intelligence agencies? The deep state. And your job now for the rest of your life is to cover up for the deep state. You're to pretend that there was no intelligence agencies involved, even though Jeffrey Epstein was in the middle of the Iran-Contra affair. How many civilians were in the middle of exchanging planes between American and Israeli intelligence? 0, no civilians. So Dan, go ahead, lie for the rest of your life and be their bitch that they walk around and go, oh no, there's nothing to see. All the powerful people have your best interest in mind. I'm gonna enjoy you walking around and simping for the elites. Go ahead, or you can tell the truth about what happened. Because you did say at one point that what you saw at the FBI was the most amazing, horrific thing you've ever seen, and you were traumatized by it, and you could barely recover from it. And now you're gonna tell us, oh, that was nothing. That was nothing, Dan? Yeah, I didn't say it, you said it, right? So what you're saying is, I saw some things that made me wet my pants, and now I'm a coward, and I will never, ever defy the deep state again.
That's exactly right. So good luck with your show. Congratulations on being reunited with your wife.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.